Okay, well today to move on with the build of the Honda generator, we're going to do some detailing on the pieces that have to be finished. You can see I've got some done here. These are the gas caps, and then we will have to detail the generator panel, the finished detail painting on those. I have changed it up a little bit. It's a little different here. Show you a little, see if you can see that. So I've changed the a little bit on the I've changed out the outlets to be more realistic, and I moved these two buttons or knobs, whatever they will be when they're finished, into a different location. They were on top of each other, now they're side by side, so I could add these more detailed versions. This is FDM printed, but I'm on the fence of picking up a resin printer to see if I can get better detail in this. They do a much better detail, but I'm pretty happy with it. Turned out pretty good for FDM printing, the .04 millimeter nozzle, so I'm not too upset with that. And then of course is the cap. You can see once it's done the difference between the two. So we will detail those up, and this will be getting ready to assemble all the pieces to the Honda generator that I have developed. All right, so very simple to do. I'm using Umbro enamel paints. Make sure she's mixed up really good. They do settle a lot if they sit too long, and other than that, it's pretty simple painting. I sometimes use pen sticks, which I've got here, and in a silver, but because this has edging around the sides, I find that painting is much easier than using the pen. It's a little bit harder. So we'll let me get my glasses. We'll do some detailing on this briefly, just show you the detailing, and then we'll move on to other parts of the detailing. And I think she needs to be stirred up a little bit by the looks of the way my paint's going on, but we'll give it a go here and see how it turns out. Yeah, and of course I touch it right away. They are small parts, so they are a little bit difficult to hold on to. I sometimes use tweezers, but I didn't grab them yet. And we'll just go around the edges first and get all the gripper areas, just like the normal lid to a gas can on the Honda generator, which I own one, so I kind of based my design off of my own, and I think it turned out pretty good, and I've seen some good reaction to it on social media, on my Instagram and stuff. So I thought I would add some videos to my YouTube channel, which is something I haven't done a lot of, but would like to start getting more into it. And like I said, I'm not in there to make any money. So there's one there. Looks like I need to stir up my paint a little bit. So we'll get that done, and I'll probably edit that piece out later, because I don't need you guys to see me stirring paint. But we'll yeah, she settled a little bit there. So that's the problem with these Umbro enamel. If you don't have a good seal on the lid, and you can see that my lid is just a mess. I've done a lot of detailing with this over the last couple of years, so it gets kind of messy. So I'm just using another back end of a paintbrush to give her a stir. You can thin it down. If it gets too thick, like you can see where it's gotten a little thick on me, you can put some enamel thinner in there just to get it back. But this can's almost empty, so it seems to settle on me quite a bit. All right, that looks better. Clean that off. Put that back in my paintbrush holder. That off to the side so I don't get silver all over me. And here's the tweezers that I normally will grab and use. So I'll grab a hold of it there. They're a wide butt end tweezer so that I can get, yeah, see, and I got some on my fingers already. which isn't good because if I touch that thing, it'll get it all over the place. So let's see how we look now. I gotta just put some silver on the brush and then get rid of the thinner that I just dipped it into. Okay, and then, yeah, much better. Much better. Then we get better coverage, and it's a lot more silver. And this is the easiest way I find to detail my stuff, and it takes time, but we're all in the middle of sitting at home and working from home and stuff, and Christmas is around the corner, so I've got some holidays that I can just sit here and do some detailing. I've got a lot of items printed off that I have to detail and get put into packaging and stuff. So, and those will be more videos of other items that I've done also that I put together and get them packaged up for those that may be interested in the near future, hopefully. I'm not looking to do anything extravagant. This is a hobby of mine that I just thought I would try to fund my hobby with selling some of my designs. I enjoy them with my vehicles, my RCs. So I thought I would just pass that on. I have sent a couple packages out from people seeing it on my Instagram post. One to a gentleman in New York who really wanted that generator, and I sent him a little care package at a good deal, and he seems to be happy with it and has passed on my info. So there's some more detailing of some gas caps. I've got a few here. I got quite a bit already done, but I wanted to make sure that I added this portion to the video before I upload it, which is basically the whole print and assembly of my Honda generator, 1/10 scale. And I can make them smaller. I can scale it down for anyone that's interested. If anyone is interested, I might try one over the holidays here. See if I can get one down to a 1/24 scale for the winter. I know that's a big thing right now, is the 1/24 scale in the winter, because you can play with them inside. And up here in Canada, it's lots of snow outside and cold, so indoor RCing is just as enjoyable as outdoor RCing. So I will probably see about scaling down my models, each piece of the model, and see if I can get one printed out in a 24 scale, which is doable. The FDM printers are pretty good. I've got my printers pretty dialed in for good stuff. I have created a few other little things here already to add to my collection of items. Yeah, see, I got a little bit on the black there, and I don't like that. It doesn't look finished very well. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this. So hopefully these videos that I will start trying to put out showing me detailing and assembling these catches some people's eye and gets them into the 3D printing world themselves and start designing and doing this stuff. I just find it really enjoyable. This is my second year 3D printing my own scale accessories. I figured that the cost saving alone, once you get set up and stuff, of course you've got that initial cost of your printer and getting learning the slicing and designing and stuff. But Thingiverse, there's lots of stuff out there for you guys to print and get used to how to do it. And then Tinkercad is my go-to designer, which is a free online design studio, I guess you would say, that where you can design stuff, and they've got a pretty good selection of basic shapes and stuff that you can start working with, and it takes time to get used to it, but it works. That is what I designed my generator in, and most of my other scale items in is Tinkercad. I do have a page up on Thingiverse that has a few items, but I started to pull them down because people were making them and selling them, and I kind of put them up there for people to use, not to sell. So I did take a lot of them off. If there's going to be any money made in this, it should be made by me, since I took the time and the labor to design them. So there's what they will look like when they're finished and dried, and those get glued onto the top. So that is that, and we'll take a break here and cut out and set up to do the generator panel, and that'll be our next addition to the video, and I'll edit that, add in later. So thanks, stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. A little glitch with some of my videos here, so this is not the planned video I wanted to put up. I did have some time lapse printing these items, but for some reason they got corrupted on me, so I can't add them to this video, but we'll finish it off and get it uploaded here so we can let you guys see it. So we're at the point now where we've got all the pieces for the generator. I was going to do a short clip on the painting of the panel, but I didn't want to bore you guys with that. Hopefully that's coming in pretty clear. So let me see here, there. So I've got it detailed. So you've got the outlets, a little blue screen there, and some buttons and some switches and stuff. So just a little bit of detail on that, and we'll put it together, and that'll be that. It's a simple, really simple to put together. Once I get all the pieces detailed and painted and printed out, it's just a matter of gluing it together, and this is the end result. So this is the generator, and turns out really good. It's what, a 5-piece, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5-piece print. So I do lots of them at a time. Like I've got, I don't know if you can see in the video, probably a little bit there. I've got panels printed out and some detailed, and further down I've got a whole whack of gas caps done. So it's just a matter of printing the main bodies, and I do have more printed off. I just haven't got around to putting them together yet. So we're going to do this one for you, and that'll be that. Yeah, it's very simple. So I just start with the two end pieces. So you've got one that's hollowed out for the panel, and the other one has the exhaust and venting, and of course my logo in there. I'm not sure if you can see that, probably not. Maybe there, maybe right there you can see the RAS logo, radioactive scale RC. And yeah, and then just a little detailing. There is an oil drain on my original one, so I just put a little detail into there. So anyways, yeah, so we start with again just Gorilla Glue to glue the panel on, and the panel just gets glued into this little spot here. So it's very simple. This I promise this won't take long, and I won't bore you too much. So you just put a little bit of glue in the center, and I try to put a bit of a bubble because sometimes they don't, there's a little bit of an concave in there, and the glue doesn't set. So you just get it in, I line it up, make sure it's nice and straight, give it a push, kind of put it where I want to put it, and the panel's in place. Okay, simple. That's how easy it is. So once it's all detailed, the longest is getting it detailed and painting everything and letting it dry. I use enamel paints, Humbrol enamel paints that I get at Wholesale Hobby in Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah, a great hobby shop. You should check it out. Again, that's Wholesale Hobbies. They're on Gateway Boulevard. They're just fabulous. They're a huge hobby store here in Alberta, and it's my go-to place online and in person when I get a chance to be in the city. So yeah, so there's that. Next we'll do the cap, and the cap I kind of line up so that it's facing the, when I put it on, it's facing, as you can see on this one, the spillover catch, that's what it's mimicking, faces the panel. So you just look, and I know my panel is going to be on this side because of that, and I know my area to get into there's a door panel here on the original, so I just put a little locking mechanism to mimic that there's a door there, and on this side is the pull handle for where you would pull start it if you weren't using the electric start. So I know that's going that way. Again, very simple. I should have left my glue upside down because it's almost empty, and I don't want to open a new one until I'm empty, but we just put a little bit of glue on there too, same thing. And I've got a little tiny hole that I put directly in the middle of the top, so it helps me line up, and it helps the glue get in there and then adhere the cap a little better. But mainly it's there to help me line up the center of the top so that I can, come on glue, I can get that in there. So you just put a little bit of glue in there, and I just kind of drop it onto the center, and then I roll it around, have a look from up top, try to get it centered in there a little bit better. I try not to move it, get it too moved around. The glue will start to come out the sides, and you'll see it on the top. Give it a little press down, and I think we're good right there. So that's the cap. Then it's the two sides. So you've got the control panel side and the exhaust side. I do like to go and just trim off this bottom. Just run the hobby knife along the bottom here. Sometimes you get a little bit of push out of filament, and it doesn't help the side panel adhere. These are printed pretty flush, so there's a little bit of grooving in there, little layer lines in there, but nothing too bad that it stops it from adhering. I haven't had one come apart on me yet, and I run them in my trucks. I've had one on one of my trucks on the roof rack, and it hasn't come apart on a rollover, so I know that the Gorilla Glue is doing its job. So yeah, I just trim that off just a little bit, because you can feel that there's just a little bit of a push out there, and that's from the printing process. It's inevitable. It happens to every one of them. No matter what I try to do for lining up my first layer height from my nozzle to the build plate, it's there. So, okay, so we know that the panel, this is going to that side, so we're going to do this side first, try to let that dry a little bit. Again, same thing, very simple. Get some glue going here. I just put it on, not too much, but fairly thick beads, so that it does get into any of the concaves inside there, on the side of the generator. If there's any dipping or anything, it helps it here. And it's meant to line up flush in the bottom, so I just get it in place, try to get the right offset on both sides, because there's a little bit of it could pop. It's a little larger than the diameter of the body itself, and that's mimicking the actual generator that I have. Hey, give it a push, make sure no glue's coming out the bottom. It's nice and flush on the bottom. It looks pretty even on both sides, and we give her a little push. And I want to let that set a little bit, so I'll show you. I do have other versions, so of course this is the Honda. I've made 4 versions total. I've got the generic IQ 3500, and of course I put the logo in there. It's pretty much the same. I've moved this up a little bit. Their pole was a little higher. The panel is the same. The ends are the same. Just a different color. They're an orange generator, so I did it in the orange. I've got the Polaris. They have a different opening handle on the side, so I've detailed that. This is the P3000IE mimicked generator, same panel. And again, this is the older panel. I have done a new panel, so the positioning of the buttons and the outlets are a little different. And again, that's a high pull on that one. And we've got the Kipper IG3000 logos in there. Same type of locking system. They put their logos a little lower, so I put the logo lower, the IG3000 on one side, and the same on the other side. So yeah, I do have a few versions of them. I think they're pretty good. They worked out really well. Okay, so now I think that's probably set pretty good for me to do the last side, and I left my glue bottle the other way. So yeah, so hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos, and if you want more of this type of my build process of some of my 3D scale items that you can get on my Instagram. You can see what I do on my Instagram and see what you like, and if you want to see it being built or how I do it, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get a video up on that on any of the items that I have. Right now I'm still working on my scale garage, and I'm still working on a second I'm printing out a second truck lift, and I haven't assembled that or detailed that yet, so I could possibly do that. Just let that glue set and show you how I'm putting this together. So I've got most of the pieces done. I got 1 or 2 more pieces to go. I got to detail the motor and the on and off switch. I've got I've already assembled this, the lift part. I've already got them screwed together, so I wouldn't be able to put that in there. But things like that, if you guys are interested in that, my new cart for the 124 scale parts cart that I just put up on Instagram. I just created that in the last couple weeks. Turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Anything like that you guys want to see, just let me know and I'll do a video as soon as I can to get it up. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber and you like what you're seeing. And I'm hoping to do more videos like this in the future of my scale builds. I've got quite a few on the go, and I'd like to do a few more, just making things a little bit more variety of what I've got to what's out there on the market from the big guys. Like I've saved myself a lot of money with my own scale parts, and I want to share it with everybody else. I'm not really too concerned about making a pile of money off this. It's my time, my products, my power. That's all it is I'm charging for that. Like, the time to design isn't too bad. I don't have to worry about recouping money for that. So if anyone's interested, just send me a message or put a comment in the comment box below if you're interested in my items, and we can email back and forth if you so wish, or go to my Instagram page and message me there, and I'll definitely get back to you, and we can come up with a deal that for some items that you're looking at. So yeah, just let me know. So that's basically it, guys. It's together. It looks good. Oh, maybe a little bit off on that one side. Move that over just a bit while it's still wet, because that glue dries really quick, boy, I'll tell you. And then it's hard to move it around. So we're a little bit off there, but we'll get that sorted out. There we go. And there's my generator. That's how simple it is, guys. So like I said, please subscribe and click the bell so that you get notified on future content that I put up. And again, leave me a comment what you think of my videos, or any of my videos, and if these build videos are something that you're interested in, and I'll keep doing more. But yeah, so everyone take care, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks.